my coaching, Kelly, I tell people, when they ask me that question, what are the steps? And I say the steps are to show up prepared. That means your mind is ready, your heart is open, your mind and heart are going to be open to listen to the person coaching you. I think we all need coaches. One of the first athletes I interviewed when I started my research, I said, coaches need good coaches. Would you agree with that statement? And he was a coach for 35 years at the time, elite athlete. He said, you know what? Coaches need even better coaches than they are themselves in certain aspects. So I said, hallelujah for that. So you got to be open to that coaching. Other people can see you. They can listen to you, all those wonderful things. And so I say, first step, show up. Second step, listen. Third step, follow the recipe. Each delectable meal has a recipe. So when your grandmother teaches you how, my grandmother taught me how to make strongman stew, and I'm still making to this day using her recipe. I use more spices than she did because I'm a spicy guy, but I use her recipe and it works. Why would I break the mold of something that works? So maybe you can share with me what you think about that training idea of taking someone from where they are and follow, show up, listen and follow the recipe. Tell me what you think of that.
Absolutely. So again, we've got so many gems in this. Everyone needs a coach. It's just like if you're out there trying to achieve a goal and you don't have a coach, you are not setting yourself up for success. It is paramount. And it doesn't have to be, a $5,000 an hour coach online. It can be go to the local YMCA and swim with their masters and there's a coach on deck, but someone that is giving you that recipe, because it's such a sea of confusion in the fitness and health and wellness world out there with everybody on the internet and a YouTube video that's telling you what to do. You need people who have expertise, who have a book like Sifu, that know they've done the research. So first, high five totally on get a coach. And yes, the recipe is different for everyone. And that is, I guess that's the real thing, that every single person needs something specialized. And so you cannot be following what the neighbor's doing because your body is different, your age is different, your history is different. So the recipe is just maximally important. So I think I couldn't give anyone advice particularly because I don't know their individual needs, but I do know that a coach would. And so I say, get a coach, get the recipe for you, for your individualized history, body type, experience, everything that, your goals are going to determine that hugely. So yeah, so that would be my advice.
Wonderful, Kelly. So as a planner, so one of my personality traits and my makeup, the way my brain works, is I'm a planner. I look to things. When I was in my teens, I played golf quite a bit with people after my high school was out, and they were seniors. They were people who were retired or semi-retired. So I'm with people from age 50 to 90 every day, 5 days a week, let's say, throughout my high school. And I'm listening to these people and they're telling me things that I should look for in my life, in the business world, with relationships, with taking care of myself, with honoring my parents, all these wonderful things. And I'm a growing person. And I was a sponge to all this stuff. And I'm glad these people shared wisdom and the caring, open-hearted personality with me. So I got that gift. So the planning makes sense to me. Foresight, the more you plan, the more you can foresee where you're going and what some of the obstacles are. And then the listening skills, which I mentioned about these senior people I was playing golf with, and maybe having a putting contest afterwards. I had a lot of fun as I was learning, and they had fun stories. World War II stories. To me, a kid in the 1970s, it seems so far away, but I was only born in '62, so it was not too long after 1945, 17 years after. But they shared with me these stories that happened to them when they were 18, 20, 22. Fascinating stuff. So where do I go with this foresight and planning with swimming? Well, when I started swimming in terms of doing distance and doing laps and then doing some fast high performance strokes, I found that my mind would get bored if I did the same stroke, and my body got stiff in the one position. Certainly the breaststroke, you're kind of jammed in with the shoulder blades in the breaststroke. And so I said, what if I invent a stroke that does something like opens everything up? And so I invented, and you may have seen other people do it, I just haven't, I call it the back fly. So I use sort of on my back, I use a breaststroke kick, but with a back fly, so it opens everything up. And I'm so much better than like Aaron Pearsall can do this as fast as my friend's son, who's a leading freestyle guy at age, at the time he was 17. Aaron Pearsall was much faster going backstroke out in the ocean. So I can't do backstroke and keep on a line, but I can do the back fly that opens everything up and pulls the lats and gets everything open. So, and what it did is it didn't wear down my joints. It opened me up. It kept me balanced. And some of my friends who only swam one stroke, like the breaststroke or the crawl, they needed surgeries and rehabilitation because they were doing a repetitive stress activity over and over. So tell me,